and bringing our likes like Shaves, one of them, to end the game.
Well, of course, the conversation has been about Lyndall Sween and the impact he's had on this San Juan North team revival. Your thoughts on how do you stop him, or is he part of your thought process in the keys to winning this game?
Well, a player like Sween, you always have to pay attention to him. But we wouldn't per se mark him out of the game. Give instructions to all the guys that whosoever close to him, we know he's lethal in and around the penalty area. So we are asking whoever is close to him to probably stay with him until, we win the ball.
Thank you very much, Coach. All the best in the game.
Thank you.
Coach Hudson Charles of Fatima College. Brent, no Michael Shaves in the starting lineup, but young Bailey comes into the squad.
Yeah, I was very pointed in some of the questions that I asked today, and I want us to pay attention to the middle of the park in King coming in for Hadid. I think that is the reason behind that, I believe, is because he's a little bit more athletic than Hadid, and to stop Lyndall Sween, because that is part of the game plan. Of course, Coach Hudson Charles was a bit coy in mentioning that, but he has to be able to stop him. He has to be able to make sure that you keep an eye on him. And I think King's athleticism is critical for Fatima's success here today. And how he deals with Sween, dropping into the middle of the park and playing in those half spaces and in the pockets.
Also, Brent, he's a tougher tackler than Hadid. He gets in there, he gets stuck in. And if Sween looks to dance to the ball, I tell you what, King will have a bit of it.
Yeah, definitely has a job on his hands today. We know the impact of Lyndall Sween, of course, San Juan North. Let's see what their coach had to say before coming into this one.
I'm with manager Stephen Clark. Of course, big game today. How's preparations been?
Well, preparation hasn't been too badly. We have done all the required work that we think is required for today, so we are just here to play.
Well, of course, your first time on this Diego Martin regional pitch. Any thoughts as to how this pitch may play into today's game?
Well, I think it looks like a very good ground. Just the cricket pitch to the centre of the field there might pose a little challenge, but all in all, I think it's a good ground for football.
Of course, San Juan North here in the semi-finals. The finals beckon if a positive result here today. Has that been the conversation as it relates into the dressing room? The belief to get to the final is there?
Well, we are focusing on one game at a time, so we have not spoken about being in the final as yet. The conversation with the guys today was just about winning this game. We have had a rough season, so since the start of the season and when we weren't playing well, we were just going one game at a time. So I think today is about today, and then after the result today, we think about the next game.
Is San Juan North peaking at the right time?
I think so.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, of course, no Jerry Moore today on the sideline shouting instructions for San Juan North Secondary, but big game for them still. They have to come and perform.
Yeah, they have to come and perform. Yeah. And the thing about it, somebody asked me off air, what do I think about Jerry Moore not being here and how that probably would have an effect in terms of his motivation. But the lineup and the way they play is not going to change. Yeah. What could happen is if they run into a problem and they need to tweak either the system or they need to tweak a player coming in, that's where a good coach comes in. That's about the only thing.
Yeah, look, I know I've had several interviews with coaches, El Dorado and of course Trinity Colleges, and I kept asking the question, and how do you contain Lyndall Sween? I think both coaches, more so Trinity Colleges, I wouldn't say sweep it aside, but he didn't make it such an important point. Again, I come back to that point, because when you have a player that's picking up the ball in those half spaces and pockets and running at your back four with the able personnel of Joseph and Valentine and of course Chase Charles up front making those runs, that is a problem. How you deal with that will determine this game, and it's not necessarily suggesting that Sween is of course this almighty player. I'm suggesting that it is a tactical issue that needs to be dealt with if you are to be successful.
The only thing, Brent, I like what Hudson Charles says. They're not going to put somebody
No, you
in
don't
him.
need to.
No.
You have to be aware of it.
You have to be aware of him. And the closest man, once you lose the ball, the closest man says, okay, deal with it. That's mine.
Yeah, agreed.
You deal with it.
Yeah. 60th year of the SSFL, of course, and we want to put together a top 10 list of, well, the best players this season, both boys and girls. Any names come to mind?
I have a name. I have of course.
Let's hear your name.
My name is Nikita Gosain.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly. She is in hands down any top 11, any top 11,
sure.
top 10.
For sure. Kyle James, Signal Hill.
Signal Hill, yeah.
I'll give
goal
a shout
scorer.
for Kaleem Prince, Trinity Colleges. I think he had a really good season despite...
That's fine. You could do
No,
that.
that wasn't even biased, by the way. That really
Oh, that was biased at all.
You could do it.
But of course, if you don't agree with our views, you could always send in your views as well, both on the YouTube comments on the live stream as well as to the ssflgoalcam@gmail.com. You're not sending in goals, you're sending in your top 10 players, both for the boys and for the girls for this season. And of course, while you're doing that, don't forget to download the SportsMax app as well, both on the Apple Store and the Google Play Store to keep up with everything SSFL and more. But as it stands, it is the first semi-final of the Coca-Cola National Intercall between Fatima College and San Juan North Secondary here in Diego Martin. So when we return, we'll have first half action for you. Don't go anywhere.
You're watching coverage of Second High Schools Football League, brought to you by Carib Malta, 0.0% alcohol. It's the way we play. And First Citizen Foundation, building strong communities through sport.
You gave us the inspiration to be first. We gave you the solutions that put you first. You trusted us with your vision. We paved the way with innovation. You walked with us side by side, and we continue to serve you with pride. First Citizens is proud of everything we've achieved together. We made dreams a reality, shaped success stories, and painted brighter futures. And together, we'll accomplish so much more. First Citizens, we put you first.
The Caribbean's best young gymnasts descend on Jamaica's National Indoor Sports Centre for Carifta Gymnastics, the 29th and 30th of November. Be there or watch live on SportsMax. Unlock SportsMax. Get the app today.
This broadcast is brought to you by Carib Malta, 0.0% alcohol. It's the way we play. And First Citizen Foundation, building strong communities through sport.
Welcome back here to the Diego Martin Sporting Complex. Welcome back here to the Diego Martin Sporting Complex. It's Coca-Cola National Intercall semi-final number 1. The boys are at it here today. It's Fatima College coming up against San Juan North in what should be a really very, very interesting encounter. Which way this game will go? Well, your guess is as good as mine. I suppose you'd have to say Fatima will start as slight favourites based on what they've done in the league and what they have done at the Intercall thus far. But it can be really anybody's game. And then, of course, we know San Juan have some very good individual players. And if they get going, they can create problems for this Fatima team. So Fatima just we see the teams. Let's have a look at the officials. Timothy Derry is the man carrying the whistle. There's Udail Brewster, Rushan Baliram, and Akil Weeks is the fourth official. The teams just two captains taking the toss. Desali Lois from Sawo, and of course Johansi Atherton from Fatima. So here is the Fatima lineup. There's O'Brien in goal. There's Hospitalis, Atherton, Bailey, Correa, Yearwood, King, Leach, Smith, Trestrill, Barrington. No shaves in the starting lineup. He's on the substitutes bench, and the coach Hudson Charles.
There are a couple of changes to this Fatima formation, but the principles are the same. King will provide cover in front of the back four, Correa and Trestrill, the brains behind the attack, and Bailey now has been asked to lead the line.
And let's have a look at the Sawo North starting lineup. Ferguson, Dankla, Joseph, Desai Lewis. There's Guy, Valentine, Chase Charles, Sween, Daniel Lewis, Ordain, and Giddens. He is the keeper. And coach, of course, Jerry Moore, but he's not here with the team today.
Well, the front four of Sanwa North of Sween, Joseph, Valentine, and Chase Charles will certainly provide ample ammunition going front. Ferguson and Guy provides the solidity, and a defense led by that man in the screen, Lewis.
So the Samoa team just having their final prayer, and now the Fatima team doing likewise. And referee Derry is going to get action going shortly. And should be a very interesting encounter, as we keep saying, but I suppose it depends which team starts quicker. So the Fatima lineup with their usual back four, and Hospitalis is there today instead of Gooden, but he won man of the match on the last occasion. But here they go, as that ball is played wide, looking for Levi Smith, sent downfield. Hospitalis, he's got possession, plays it in field to King. King playing, trying to get it wide, not a great ball, and it goes out. It's going to be a throw for Samoa North. Throw sent downfield, looking for Chase Charles. It comes off of Barrington. It's going to be a throw for Samoa North. So here is the throw. Dankla is the man looking most likely to throw it. Ball played long forward. Bailey is giving chase. Smith trying to win possession for Fatima. It's played out, and it's going to be a throw for Fatima. Throw sent upfield. Here's Bailey, but the ball goes out of play. Well marshaled out by Guy, and Samoa North have a goal kick. So we're just in the early stages of this game, just a minute and a half gone. No real chance created by either team. Fatima has dominated in terms of just the possession and going forward, but Samoa North, they've held firm at the back. Through for Sawo. Lewis is going to take it, the skipper. Let's have a look. Well, it's picked up here by Bailey. Turns with it nicely, not being put under pressure. Goes wide, and eventually, good tackle coming in. The referee says goal kick. Looked like Yearwood making the run going up that left side, and wasn't able to get the better of Lewis, who stuck to his guns and ensured that the ball came off of Yearwood and has gone out for the goal kick. So it's going to be Giddens with the goal kick. Nice long ball there. Leach gets control of it, plays it up wide to Yearwood. Can he keep it in? Does well. Tries to get it into Bailey. This is Bailey now, trying to get the cross in. It seems to have come off of Ferguson and has gone out for a corner.
Well, Yearwood seem to be up for this one. This is the second time he's trying to make inroads down that left-hand side. With a more than capable Desai Lewis in tow. That'll be an interesting battle, one to keep an eye on.
Well, here's the corner, low, cleared away by Joseph. Goes down to Sween, he plays it back towards Lewis. Good strong challenge coming in. And the ball going all the way back to Barrington. Sends a long ball left-sided over the head of Yearwood, and it goes out, and it's going to be a throw for Samoa North. So no real alarms for either goalkeeper, but Fatima making some inroads. They're going up the left side, their left side, the Samoa's right side, and have created one or two problems, but no real goal-scoring chances, you have to say. But here's Bailey going forward with it, and couldn't hold on to it. As a matter of fact, that looked like Yearwood. It was Yearwood going forward with it, couldn't keep it in. And it's going to be a throw for Samoa North. Coming up to 4.5 minutes gone. Ball headed in the wrong direction from Leach, but it goes to chase Charles. But he can't control it. Goes all the way back to goalkeeper O'Brien. Gets it to Barrington. Oh, that's dangerous. Fatima playing it out from the back, but now Hospitalis plays it up that right side looking for Smith. But Guy gets there, plays it to Danclair. And Danclair goes back to Guy. Guy with a long searching ball for Chase Charles. Sween plays a good ball wide to his right. That's his Joseph. Joseph looking to take on his man, coming in field with it. Getting it back to Lewis. Lewis going down that right side. Still Lewis in possession. Can he get a cross in? He does, but not a great one, and it's cleared away. Good run going down that right side by Lewis, and just the cross could have been a little better.
Yeah, good combination play by Valentine and Lewis. And Sween playing that ball out wide one time after ball played into Chase. It really sums up the way we've seen Samoa North play of late. They're finding a lot of mobility in the attack.
Here's Ferguson with the
That's
throw.
a good throw.
Headed away by Arthurton, but goes straight back to Ferguson. What is he going to do? Can't control it, so it means it's a throw for Fatima. So Fatima with the throw. Leach is going to take it. Gets it up to Yearwood, but he is beaten in terms of a header. Leach with another long throw, this time looking for Bailey. See, the flag goes up here that Bailey was in an offside position. Now, not sure how that was offside, because it came from a throw. So I think the referee has overruled the lines, the assistant referee.
And the Fatima bench was up in arms.
But they're right, because it came from the throw, and I was seeing the offside flag, and I was thinking, hey, something's wrong there. However, it was put right by referee Derry. This is Joseph getting it, looking for Sween, but he's manhandled by King, and eventually the ball is played wide to Smith. Goes back to Hospitalis. Hospitalis looking for Correa. It's won by Sween. Joseph, back to Sween. He's pushed it too far ahead of him. But here's Joseph, turns with it nicely. Looking for some support, trying to go past Hospitalis. He loses out. And looking to come away with it there was Joseph. Here's Sween, looking for that shot, has it, just goes wide.
Well, I've seen referee Derry point into the corner spot.
Keeper must have got something on it, or did it take a deflection?
Yeah, maybe in a slide. We have a better look here. Sween cuts inside, leaves his marker for dead. Just a slight slip when he took flight. I'm not sure if it didn't look obviously a deflection before that, so it must mean
the keeper
goalkeeper O'Brien
yeah.
got a slight touch. So Lyndon Sween just getting into action. Of course, the San faithful will hope for that.
Yep, as they're there in the numbers supporting San North. But here's Joseph with the corner. Heads go up, it's headed straight back towards Joseph, but it's picked up nicely in the midfield. Running forward with it is Trestriel. Still Trestriel plays a lovely ball to Bailey. Bailey trying to play it back across goal, wasn't successful. And coming away with it is Guy. Plays it to Sween. Sween gets the better of King. Then plays it with his right foot, but a little too straight. No doubt goalkeeper O'Brien is going to come and collect that.
Well, it's a subplot that we spoke about leading into this game. Of course, Lyndon Sween, and how do you deal with him? And already, Colin, we're seeing King is matching every situation or moment that Sween picks up the ball. And he's not giving him any free road or run into the back of the Fatima Regard.
Well, here's Bailey. Tristan turning with it. Yearwood is on the outside. He comes in field though. Plays it to Trestriel. He goes wide to Smith. Smith being harassed by Danclair. Smith still going up that right side now. Danclair is going with him. Sends the crossover. Just it hits the top of the bar. Not a bad effort. Coming in there was Correa. And he met it. Just had to direct it and was just a little too high, Brent.
Yeah, good forceful run there by Smith. Correa coming in from that 10 position, sorry, in the middle of the park, and getting ahead into the box. That's what you want to see from your midfielders, getting into the box and trying to deliver on opportunities. And Correa in that situation, Colin, just nearly got that ball under the crossbar. That's a good move by Fatima. Good positive run by Smith. They've started brightly, Fatima College.
Well, here is the ball played forward. This is Correa. Trestriel goes wide towards Yearwood. Yearwood looking to come in field with it, but is harassed by Lewis. Still Yearwood in possession. Lewis pushes it through the legs of Lewis, but Lewis had cover in terms of look to be ordained. So it's going to be a throw for Fatima. Leach is probably going to go long with it. Does send it into the box. The heads go up. Cleared downfield. Chase Charles getting it to Sween. Back to Chase Charles. Look at the room that Joseph has got here on the outside. Playing it in field, and King is there ahead of Sween. As per usual, we've been saying that, Brent, that it seems that once Fatima loses the ball, King is going to have the duties to get after Sween. Not a great clearance, not a great kick from the keeper, but Leach takes possession. Goes past Chase Charles, sends that ball forward to Bailey. Bailey turns nicely with it. Goes past Ferguson. Sends the ball. This is Smith. What a chance here. Still Smith. He goes wide with it and it's headed away. But this is Bailey now again. Someone, well, it was actually, it went for a goal kick. And, well, the referee is signaling a corner and the assistant referee here is signaling a goal kick.
Yeah, good play again by Bailey Smith there.
Should he have hit it one time, Brent?
I think he needed better control first. A better first touch would have set him up for a shot on target. Instead, it wasn't. And again, the offside was the call. Bailey standing in an offside position once the ball was played off of Smith's foot. But Colin, you have to say that's a chance.
Oh, it
just
certainly
needed to
was.
be a little bit more positive with his first touch. He was all alone in the box with a good run by Bailey again. And an opportunity went to begging for Fatima. They've looked good in transition, and that's what you want. That's one of the reasons why they have Bailey and Yearwood out there. Their pace and ability to be direct has been a good showing so far. Bailey again on the ball. He's not been bad. And the commentators goose right away.
Yeah, yes, he's been pretty good. The last one, he was in an offside position. I thought there is Richard DeCouto. He is the assistant coach of Sawan North. Of course, no Jerry Moore today. He's absent from the team, so Mr. DeCouto has taken charge. There's the ball played back. This is Bailey again. He seems to be here, there, and everywhere, heading the ball forward, and too far forward, and it's going to be a goal kick. Coming up to 14 minutes of this game, no goals yet. But Fatima coming closest. Correa hitting the top of the bar. Outside of that, Sawan North hasn't had very many chances. Joseph had an opportunity going down the left side where he was all alone. Tried to play it into Sween, and he was marked out. So here's the goal kick for Sawan North. They go wide with it. Header by Leach, but this is Correa. Plays it there, looking for Leach, and good strong challenge. Well, the referee now is going to blow. And let's see, no card at the moment. But a good strong challenge there coming in by Daniel Lewis.
Yeah, he's a bit lucky not to get a card here, because I thought he was a bit reckless with that challenge. In fact, he was very reckless with his challenge. Lewis, he was late, Colin, and didn't get the ball. Got a lot of demand.
That's right.
King. His studs wasn't showing, so maybe there's an argument not to get a card. But when you look at that, that's certainly, I would have question marks there. That should have been a yellow card.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. It should have been a yellow. He was late. Yes, maybe the studs weren't showing, but he was late in the tackle, and he took man rather than ball. And there's Bailey, the recipient of that tackle. He's getting some treatment. But he's up, and no doubt will be rearing to go. There's some of the supporters, looking like some of the Fatima supporters there, with their Fatima shirts on, one or two students. And of course, parents. And there's the Sawa supporters with their green shirts on. Of course, Fatima is blue and yellow, and Sawa North green. But here's the free kick, chipped forward. Not a great ball, but headed back, and then Trestrill coming in with a shot. Never really got over the ball, was never in control, and so it's gone out for a goal kick.
Yeah, long searching free kick. Once the ball was cleared, Tristiel had one thing in his mind, just wasn't able to get over the ball. He was also rushed into taking it, as Lewis was very quick out to close him down. Not a bad watch so far in this semi-final. Both teams have had their moments, and certainly it's led to a fairly entertaining game so far.
Yeah, it's been a pretty decent game. It's, I think, yeah, you're right. I think I'd say Fatima's had more of the game, Fatima, but Sawan North, they've had their moments. But here's the ball played all the way back to Barrington. What is he going to do? Oh, well, They sold a dummy to Joseph and gets it to Hospitalis. Played back towards a terrestrial, heads it out to Yearwood. Never got control of the ball, was always rushing to try and get it on target. And the ball went out, and it's going to be a goal kick for Samoa North.
Yeah, good heads-up play by Terrestrial. So Yearwood coming in on the far side, just was never really able to wrap his left boot around it. Give Lewis some credit. He was out there quickly as well to make sure that there was no joy in his thoughts of finishing.
Long ball, Smith gets it forward, but Danclair wins it. Danclair playing it forward, getting it towards Daniel Lewis, but here is Smith. Couldn't keep it in. It's going to be a throw for Samoa North. So it's all action so far, and of course you can stay in the game with the SportsMax app. Download it today from the App Store or Google Play and catch every electrifying moment of the SSFL. So you can certainly download the SportsMax app and you can catch all the action in this Coca-Cola Intercol National semi-final. So there is the ball just taking a deflection and it goes out for a corner. So here is the goal kick. Corner, I said goal kick, my apologies. Corner for Samoa North. Goes towards the far post. Goalkeeper O'Brien comes, does well, he punches it, but it's headed right back into the box. Sween with the latest header, but straight to goalkeeper O'Brien. He bowls it out. Right-sided towards Terrestrial. He sends a long ball.
What a beautiful pass.
Gets it to Yearwood, who's made that run up the left side. Yearwood cutting inside. Good, strong challenge coming in. And
let me take a look at this corner. It's a bit of a head tennis going on in here. Ball played back in, a bit of ping pong action. Sween eventually with the header. No real clear-cut opportunity. But what I was impressed about was Fatima College was able to turn that set play into an attack.
Yeah, very true. Well, here is the throw sent towards Bailey. Still Bailey in possession, gets it back to Leach. So, oh, that looked like a handball, but of course I'm quite a distance away, Brent, so I can't call it. And the referee, right on spot, says it certainly was not.
Well, you did call it. You said it was a handball.
Right, let me rephrase that. It looks like a handball.
Thank you.
My apologies.
Well, we get a better look.
Let's have a look.
We have a brilliant production team that can give us... No, it didn't touch his hand.
Yeah, it did not. His hands was outstretched, but it hit him like under the arm.
Under the arm, yeah.
Now here is the corner.
Ooh, goalkeeper.
Well, Yearwood is the one that has put Fatima in front in minute 21, and it all stems from a bad goalkeeping error from Giddens. And Fatima take the lead. Fatima, there is goalkeeper Dandre Giddens. Should have done better.
Yeah, short corner, no green shirts in attendance. That was the first problem. And the second problem was there. Giddens wasn't able to collect what I would consider a routine catch. But give Yearwood credit, he was there to smash the ball into the back of the net. Not the safest pair of hands you would see. Probably would have suggested punch it, but again, it was such a straightforward catch.
Yeah, it should have been.
It should have been just caught, but nevertheless, give Yearwood the credit. And of course, 1-0 to Fatima. I may say, Colin, nothing short of what they deserve.
No, I think they certainly deserve their lead at the moment. And Samoa, I just find Samoa's at the moment, they're not pushing forward and trying to put pressure on the Fatima defense. Well, this is much better, but Atherton is going to pick it up. Gets it to Barrington, he does well. Lets it go run to Hospitalis. Danclair wins it, gets it to Joseph. That's a difficult ball Danclair tried to play, but Joseph still fighting for it, does well in the end. It's picked up by Danclair, gets it to Sween. He's got King as usual for company, but it goes towards Danclair. Sends a ball across to Chase Charles, but over his head it goes, and it goes into the arms of goalkeeper O'Brien. Valentine playing that ball down, looking for Joseph. Eventually it comes all the way back to Guy. King with a kick that aimless really, and it's gone out for a throw. So Danclair is going to take the throw. Looking for Chase Charles, plays a good ball back to Joseph. Joseph has a crack, not a bad effort, goes just wide. Good run from Joseph, lovely ball from Chase Charles, playing it back to him, picked it up, ran at the Fatima defense and had the shot.
Yeah, good bit of play again by Joseph. He started very lively in this one, very direct in his play, was able to get that shot off. Looked like he hooked it right at the end. But good positive play by Joseph, finding inroads. Just not able to hit the target with it, but again he started quite lively, Colin.
Yeah, he's been one of the better players for me in terms of Samoa North. Ball banged upfield to no one in particular, and it's gone out for a throw for Samoa North. So there is the technical bench of Samoa North, just checking on one or two instructions, sending to a couple of the players. Ball coming in field, Sween sends a nice ball, the shot comes, not a great shot. Daniel Lewis there. The ball was played towards him off the chest of Sween, and you could see Lewis just rushing it, having the shot. He should have brought the ball under control, and he could have gone wide to Joseph or even gone back to Sween. He had a shot. He was never in a position to take a meaningful shot, and it went out. Coming up to 25 minutes, Fatima leading on the goal from Yearwood in minute number 21. Terrestrial. King. Long ball. Looking for Smith. Takes it on his chest. Plays that ball forward to Correa. What is he going to do? Gets it back to Smith, and it comes off of Danclair. It's going to be a throw for Fatima. Correa back to Hospitalis. Nice long looping cross, and again keeper Giddens has real problems holding on to it. He came for it, Brent. He tried to hold on to it, and you know, it's strange because he should have maybe punched it, but he never seemed in control of it, and could certainly have created more problems for his school.
Well, if you're making that sort of approach, Colin, you have to take the ball at the highest point, not as low as Giddens attempted to. It will always end up with the ball possibly slipping out of your hands. It's got to go up at the highest point, or as you rightfully said, he probably could have punched as well.
Yeah, he did neither. Well, in the end, he tried to hold it, and luckily no blue and yellow shirts were around. Ball played out to Joseph. This is a good run from Joseph. Hospitalis is in retreat. And across comes Barrington. Does very well indeed. But they lose out to Sween. He loses out as the ball goes to Smith. King. Good ball towards Terrestrial. Plays it through to Smith.
Brilliant.
This is Bailey. Does he tried to do a little too much and ran out of space? Now, long ball played towards Sween. He's offside.
I just thought there Smith in the other moment for Fatima College really should have shot on goal. He tried to be a little bit too unselfish. Right there, Colin. Maybe drive in and have a strike on goal, Smith, but nevertheless, he put it out to Bailey, who eventually was smothered by two.
He was under real pressure, Bailey, wasn't he?
Yes, and I just felt that if Smith cut across his defender, he would have been in a 1v1 situation with Giddens. Instead, he decided to pass. And of course, once he passed that football, Bailey had company.
Well, here is the ball sent across field. Lewis, straight to King. He has a shot, not a great one. Goes high over the bar, and it's going to be a goal kick for Samoa North. No doubt Giddens is going to go long with it. Gets it to Joseph. Does well to control it. Faced by Hospitalis, goes inside. Gets it to Chase Charles, but he's under some pressure. He does well as well. Gets it back to Joseph. This is Sween. Plays it wide to Valentine. Well, he went for goal from that distance and that angle, and it created problems. O'Brien had to be at his best and pushed it over the bar. Well, all of a sudden, Valentine looked up and decided, you know what, I'm going to have a go, and he did.
Yeah, he certainly did. Just looking inside, I may wager, Colin, that is more of a cross than a shot. Nevertheless, I don't think Valentine would care, because it almost dipped under O'Brien's crossbar, and he had to be reactive as he tipped that over the bar.
Sween with the corner. Just goes out, and it's going to be a goal kick. No, took a deflection.
Yeah, it took a slight deflection.
So Sween is going to have another opportunity to send the corner in. This time he goes short, gets it to Joseph. Joseph turning with it. Sween with the shot, never was in control, was always under some pressure to get that shot away, and it went high over the bar. It's going to be a goal kick for Fatima. So Fatima leading here by 1-0. The goal coming in minute 21, courtesy of Savio Yearwood.
Yeah, that's a shot there by Sween. He was never settled to take it. And then, of course, the ball eventually going over the bar. Just think from a San Juan North perspective, Colin, they would really like to get one back before the halftime whistle. And I think even more importantly, they need to find a little bit of fluidity in what they're doing. It has been a very disjointed approach so far by San Juan North, a team that is certainly in good form. But a lot of that disjointedness is really because of the way Fatima has approached this game.
Oh, for sure.
And you would have to point to the deployment of King as it relates to Sween. He just seems to be everywhere that Sween is, and in particular when he collects the ball.
Well, this is played wide. Can Joseph keep it in? Does well. But Hospitalis wins it, but he gives it to Dan Clare. Dan Clare plays it in field to Ordain.
That's a poor pass.
Yep, and this is Bailey. Well, that's a good tackle. Really good from Ferguson. Still, Samoa again having problems to get it away. This is Correa. Still Correa. Gets it to Yearwood. This is Yearwood. Looks to go wide. The shot comes, and well, parried by the keeper and had to be cleared. Wow, the shot coming from Bailey, and the keeper did well in the end. But here's Sween trying to go wide with it, out to Valentine. Trestrill plays a lovely ball to Smith. Bailey's in the middle. Can he find Bailey? Oh no, not with that kind of cross. It's too close to the keeper, who again drops it. Well, what's going on with Giddens? Ball played forward. He holds on to that one. It's going to go long. Not a great kick, just at about the half line. King is there. This is Joseph. Still Joseph, trying to be helped out by Daniel Lewis. Danclair loses out. Smith going to the byline, but can't get the better of Guy, who plays it out, and it's going to be a throw for Fatima. Just about 32 and a half minutes gone here. Still, Fatima lead by that goal in minute number 21. Savio Yearwood, the man who put them in front. Throw sent downfield, Hospitalis, but it's picked up by Ordain. This Chase Charles. King, back up to Bailey. Bailey looks to head it wide. Lewis is there. Gets it down to Chase Charles, heads it on to Valentine. Valentine going down that right side. He's only got Joseph in the middle to aim for. Holds it up. Well, just a correction. We now understand that King was the goal scorer. Was the goal scorer for Fatima and not Yearwood. So apologies. Because it was King and not Yearwood. And it wasn't a case of us taking a 6 for a 9, Brent, because King is number 17 and King is 16. Well, Chase Charles is back up, so he's all right.
And this opportunity here from Correa went with power at the first post. And Colin, 9 times out of 10, I would always suggest that the ball should be played across because it's difficult to score from the first post. But with Giddens looking as uncomfortable as he has been in this first 34 plus some seconds, that wasn't a bad idea at all to try and have a go from that angle. Of course, it didn't provide any dividends.
So we're just restarting here as ball played to Correa. He gets it back to Barrington. Ball played out now to Arthurton. He goes wide to Leach. Leach getting it to Yearwood. He loses out to Lewis. What is he going to do with it? He's looking around for some support. He doesn't get the support, but it comes off of Leach and has gone out for a throw. Is Russell Dikoto Brent, the assistant coach of Samoa North,
well, he's
in
been
the
asked.
absence of Jerry Moore.
Yeah, and of course, the conversation would always point to the impact of Jerry Moore as a coach. I think you summed it up right. It's unless there's something tactically that needs to be adjusted, I think that's where Moore. But of course, Dikoto is a very experienced campaigner as a coach himself.
Yeah.
Not suggesting by any way that Jerry Moore's absence is missed, but you have to give Dikoto credit where it's due.
Yeah.
But I would say, Colin, most of Samoa North's issue are really the way they have applied themselves, and not so much tactically. I think in so many different departments they can be better, and you may start with the goalkeeping department.
Yeah,
Colin,
well, that's been a big problem, hasn't it?
Yeah.
With Coach Richard Dikoto taking charge of things, but here Fatima looking to go forward with it. Ball played wide. Smith. Hospitalis going up the line, but good strong challenge coming in. And Correa trying to play it wide, overhit it, and it's a throw. The throw sent downfield quickly.
Yeah, a bit of a 1-2 there with Joseph, just not gathering the ball and keeping it in his possession, was always stretching and slipping. And eventually the ball left his area.
So back live here is high boot by Smith, and it's going to be a free kick for Fatima, or a free kick, sorry, for Samoa North. Danclair is going to take it. Is he going to go into the box looking for Chase Charles? Here it goes over the head of Chase Charles, straight into the hands of goalkeeper O'Brien. Sends it out quickly on that left side, but good strong challenge coming in by Lewis, and it's going to be a throw for Fatima. So the action here is still heating up, and you can stay in the game with the SportsMax app. Download it today from the App Store or Google Play, and you can catch every electrifying moment of the SSFL, especially the National Coca-Cola Intercall semi-finals. All you got to do is download the SportsMax app from the App Store or Google Play, and you're right in the action. As we talk about action, Sween going forward, getting it to Chase Charles, gets it back to Sween. Sween to Joseph. Joseph having a crack. Goalkeeper O'Brien does well. Pushes it out for a left-sided corner for Samoa North.
Textbook save there. Of course, a bit of lights camera action, and as it relates to the eventual outcome of it. Good push there by Joseph. And goalkeeper O'Brien, eyes on the ball all the way through. Certainly taking no chances and punches it away.
There is the corner. Headed away, but going to be headed straight back into the box.
This could be dangerous.
The keeper came and didn't get it. Luckily, there were two bodies on the line, and it was cleared away. We see the goalie down, and a couple of, looks to be Arthurton as well, down together with, yeah, it is Arthurton together with goalkeeper O'Brien. Must have got into a little bit of a tangle when that ball came in. And both players now feeling the need for some sort of treatment. So just about 39.5 minutes gone here. And Fatima leading by that 1-0 through King, the goal scorer. Josiah King. Or Jedediah King. Jedediah King, the man who scored the goal. Jedediah, let's get that name right. Jedediah King, the hero so far for Fatima by scoring that goal. But I tell you what, this game is far from over. We've got about, 5 minutes to go, plus added on half time. And all of the second half, Brent, it's still a pretty open game.
Yeah, I would say so. And the evidence of what we've seen so far. And you just feel that Samoa North have a couple more gears to get into. They haven't been able to do that so far.
I know that gentleman there, the Harry Ramdas, Fatima teacher, was under 14 coach, was kind of coach that if you won 10-0 and he wasn't satisfied that you should have won 15-0, the team would have to run around the field 15 times. He was a mean man. But he's in there watching on as one of the supporters for Fatima. As the ball is going to be dropped to Hospitalis. Goes back to Barrington. Ball headed forward. Flicked on. Joseph cutting in field with it. Sween looking for Chase Charles. Back to Sween, trying to take on his man, but two men in front of him. Rebound goes to Joseph. He loses out. Smith comes away with it. Plays a long ball looking for Bailey. This is Bailey. Cutting in field with it. Still in possession. Bailey! Twisting, turning with it. Gets it to Correa. The ball played now to Smith. Smith looking to cross it. Well, it's a free kick. It appears. Handball, Brent? Not too sure. Have to have a look at that again. So a free kick awarded to Fatima. Let's have a look at that. So where the thing is, Brent, where's his hand?
Well, it's either it's an that's an unnatural position. For a minute, Colin, I thought his hand was tucked into his body. but that left hand was stretched outward, so that's a good call by the referee. And it now puts Fatima in a very dangerous position with Trastriel certainly have the capabilities of delivering an absolute peach. It's a short one. It's a good, well-hit shot.
Well, Giddens came big on this occasion, diving and pushing it out.
Yeah, it's a good save by Giddens. Not much of a wall, it goes straight through it, and Giddens had to be quick with his reaction. Getting that left hand on it, I'm sure that save would give him a world of confidence.
And
here he is again.
Another good save from the corner, because King was there with a header. Sent downfield, looking for Sween. O'Brien put under some pressure, but still able to get it away, only as far as Chase Charles. Gets it back to Lewis. This is Ferguson. Dan Clear. Turning nicely with it. Well, here's Bailey. It's one back here by Correa. So by Trastriel, who gets it towards Correa. He sends a long ball too far ahead of Smith, and it's going to be a goal kick. We are in the final minute of this first half. Fatima leading by the goal from King in minute number 21. Goal kick for Samoa North. Long ball, Hospitalis doesn't control it. Chase Charles trying to get it down the line to Joseph. Chase Charles, good ball towards Lewis. This is Daniel Lewis. Goes wide. Free kick. Ball played towards Chase Charles. Wide to Joseph. He gives it away. But here's Joseph. Looking to take on his man. Good tackle from Dan Clear, and it's going to be a throw for Fatima. So we into added on time, of which there's going to be 3 minutes. Ball comes off of Correa, and it's going to be a throw this time for Samoa North. Atherton bangs it back upfield, looking for Bailey. Does well, but O'Dane is the man there. Gets it through towards Joseph, who tries to find Sween. Trastriel goes wide, but overhit, and it's going to be a throw for Samoa North. Valentine loses out to Leach, and it's going to be a throw for Samoa North again. It's time to go in field, looking for Chase Charles. Barrington is there. Coming away with it is Daniel Lewis. Sween looking for some support. Gets the support there. He was from O'Dane, and now he's brought down, and it's going to be a free kick for Samoa North. Maybe just a touch a little too far out, Brent, for Sween, but he's capable from this kind of distance.
Well, he's only capable, but he is certainly going to try. And I'm quite sure his main objective would be to try to get this on frame. It's quite a far distance out, and power would be a factor as well.
Well, Sween settling the ball, making sure it's just in the right spot. So let us look at Sween taking on O'Brien. Here is Sween, hits the wall. The wall did its job. Joseph. Back to Sween. Sween flicks it forward. And oh, that was a chance for Chase Charles. The ball was chipped nicely forward by Sween. Chase Charles ran into it, but he didn't really get his boot onto it, Brent.
Yeah, just that conviction and belief that is needed to just stab it into the goal. Colin, he fluffed his lines a bit. That was really the best chance of the half for San Juan North, I would think. It's a bit of clever play by Sween. Pity the halftime whistle is coming. We may not see a replay of it, but it was a brilliant chance for...
There's Joseph to Chase Charles. Back across field. Just goes wide. Valentine coming in at the far end. The keeper got a hand on it, because you had to say that should have been put away. All of a sudden, in the last 2 minutes, in added on time, San Juan North have created some real problems here. They've got a corner. This should be the last kick of the first half. Let's have a look. The corner comes from Joseph, headed away. And referee Derry says enough is enough. He's blown the whistle to indicate that it's halftime here at the Diego Martin Sporting Complex. And the boys from Mukarapa Road, Fatima College, they lead by just 1-0. The goal scored in minute 21 by King, and that's all she wrote.
Well, yeah, it's been a very intriguing half of football. I would say dominated possession-wise by Fatima College. A game that's been pleasing on the eye, and had 1 or 2 opportunities at the end there for San Juan North Secondary. And you would think with this 1-0 lead for Fatima, Colin, San Juan North will believe that they can get back into this fixture.
Especially in the last few minutes of added on time when they had their chances, and you had to think, how did they not at least pull a goal back? Well, mid-pitch, Lu Chin is there with the captains. I think he's going to interview the San Juan North captain first, Desai Lewis.
Yeah, thank you, Colin. I am here with Desai Lewis. Your thoughts on the first half?
Well, it was not bad first half. We started off kind of sloppy. As you can see, Fatima gained a goal on us with some sloppy defense. You know, they capitalized on the mistakes that we made, and we kind of work back to it. So next time in the second half, we'll try our best. Well, not try our best, but we will go at them to see if we can come out with this victory. And
quickly, will be a message to your team at halftime?
Keep working. As you can see, we'll get many chances before the half blown. So we'll just go back out with a high intensity and go at them.
Yeah. Well, all the best for the second half. And of course, Captain Atherton of Fatima College. So far, so good. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good half. I think we capitalized on their mistakes very easily in their defense, and also work hard and dig deep.
Yeah, so it's all about game management now. How difficult will that be, do you think?
Game management is not that difficult. I want to rotate players as much as possible and keep the legs fresh so we could continue capitalizing on their defense.
Yep, well, good half, and all the best for the second. Take care. Yep, so that's all we have for you at, well, for now it's 1-0 to Fatima College at the half in this semi-final of the Coca-Cola National Intercol. We'll be back with more halftime analysis.
You're watching coverage of Second High Schools Football League, brought to you by Carib Malta, 0.0% alcohol. It's the way we play. And First Citizen Foundation, building strong communities through sport.
You gave us the inspiration to be first. We gave you the solutions that put you first. You trusted us with your vision. We paved the way with innovation. You walked with us side by side, and we continue to serve you with pride. First Citizens is proud of everything we've achieved together. We made dreams a reality, shaped success stories, and painted brighter futures. And together, we'll accomplish so much more. First Citizens, we put you first. You gave us the inspiration to be first. We gave you the solutions that put you first. You trusted us with your vision. We paved the way with innovation. You walked with us side by side, and we continue to serve you with pride. First Citizens is proud of everything we've achieved together. We made dreams a reality, shaped success stories, and painted brighter futures. And together, we'll accomplish so much more. First Citizens, we put you first.
You're watching coverage of Second High Schools Football League, brought to you by Carib Malta, 0.0% alcohol. It's the way we play. And First Citizen Foundation, building strong communities through sport.
Welcome back here to the Diego Martin Sporting Complex. We are at the half, and Fatima College, they lead San Juan North by 1-0. The goal coming in 21st minute through courtesy of King. And really and truly, it was a blunder that caused it. But let's have a look at the highlights. Referee Timothy Derry was the man in charge of the action. And Fatima started on the front foot. Smith going up the right side, took on Dan Clare, sent the cross in. The header from Karaya, just hitting the top of the bar and going over. But Fatima didn't stop there. The cross ball to Smith, you had to think he should have done better, but the shot wasn't even on target. And eventually the offside was called against Bailey. And then a short corner. They came in, goalkeeper Giddens, oh my, oh my, oh my. He dropped it. And there was the celebration from Jediah King. It fell right to him and he banged it into the back of the net. But you have to say the goalkeeper was at fault, should have held it, or even if he didn't hold it, he should have punched. But Fatima taking the lead, and Sawa started to get back into the game. A long shot there. Testing goalkeeper O'Brien, he was equal to the task. Then Joseph, he had another one. Again, O'Brien dive into his right and pulled off the save. Then Bailey having a shot. Actually, that was not Bailey, that was Leach. With the free kick taken, Leach had the shot and Giddens pushed it out. Then a header. This time Giddens held on to it. But coming to the end of the half, Sanwo certainly got back into it. Valentine at the end, and goalkeeper O'Brien again making a tremendous save, as you had to think that Valentine would have put it in the back of the net. Let's have a look at the stats. And pretty even, 9 shots to 8, 5 shots on target to 3, 2 fouls apiece. No yellow cards, no red cards, 3 corners for Fatima, 6 for San Juan North, and offsides 1 apiece. 8 runs into the box from Fatima as opposed to 3 from San Juan North. But it looks pretty even at halftime, but they start at the top. Most important, Fatima 1, San Juan North 0. Let's go over to Liu Chin and see who he's got with him. My good friend Liu. Who you've got with you, my friend?
Well, Colin, I have the Deputy Head Prefect of Fatima College, Josiah Kamambach, and of course, former San Juan North goalkeeper as well, Mr. Martin Lewis. Gentlemen, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, so far, I believe Fatima has had a good first half. It has been very attacking, actually, because we have gotten many chances to score, although we might not convert it all. But I have faith that we will come out with the victory at the end.
Yeah. Mr. Lewis?
Well, as he said, Fatima is a very disciplined team and it's showing up. So they had a better exchanges in the first half. But you see where, as the game goes along, Sawa is settling in, which we are accustomed doing, and we'll get there. Just have to take the time in the final third and we'll prevail.
Yeah. And well, final question, score prediction. So coming to you first, Mr. Lewis.
3-1 Sawa.
3-1 Sawa. Okay. And just let me hear you now. That is confidence, huh?
Nah, well, hopefully once we convert all, I feel 5-0 Fatima.
5-0. All right.
We have it enough, yeah.
Both teams very confident over here, as we can see. Thank you, gentlemen. All the best for the second half. Colin and Brent, back over to you.
Thank you very much, Liu. Well, let's, Brent, it's been an interesting first half. As you said, a good watch, but, Fatima took their chance. Samoa North, I wouldn't like to say they wasted the opportunities, but I thought O'Brien was good in the Fatima goal.
Yeah, he was good in the goal, and of course we have some clips with some of the blunders, etc. But before we get to that, you have to give credit to King and the job he's done on
Sween.
Of course, on Sween. We talked about Sween's impact in the Trinity College East game and of course the El Dorado game as well. But King was able not only to stop him from playing, but from that side of things, they launched transitionally, attacking-wise. And because of his positional sense and awareness, and obviously the way he shut Sween down from creating the way that we seen him create against Trinity College East and El Dorado, I think that's the difference in the game. Albeit, though, Colin, San Juan North starting to get into the game in the latter stages of the second half. And I'm sure Coach DeCouto in that locker room is going to say to them more of the same of what we did at the end of the first half to get back into it.
Yeah, and you're right. And the thing is, you can't pay too much attention to Sween, yes. But in Valentine, in Joseph, and in Chase Charles, I think they got a good attacking threesome there. If you give them the room, they're able to manipulate the ball. What they need to do is, when they get the opportunity, is to put it into the back of the net. But we had some real blunders, Brent, in this first half. Let's have a look.
Well, I always say, Colin, that a game of this magnitude is either won on a moment of brilliance or a moment of madness. And I don't want to suggest that goalkeeper Giddens was going mad in any stretch of the way, but he certainly did not give encouragement to his back four on a couple occasions. Well, he wasn't able to hold the ball, and of course the goal came from one of it. It's just poor handling, poor goalkeeping in the sense of course, ball spilling out. And when you're playing in the defense in those sorts of situations, Colin, you do worry. You second guess yourself. You're running back into positions where you're really not supposed to be, simply because you don't trust the process.
Yeah, and not only that, sometimes you're very wary to pass the ball back to the keeper because he's low on confidence. So you're just not too sure. And on the other hand, I thought O'Brien was absolutely magnificent.
Yeah, O'Brien had some good saves, and I think both teams, when you look at the opportunities in the first half, you would have to say that San Juan North did see one or two possible opportunities that could have, of course, end up into the back of the net. And of course, Fatima College had their opportunities as well, and I think they started to recognize that Giddens wasn't having the best of games, of course, up until that moment there in particular. But in terms of chances on both sides of the coin, Colin, I would say it's a little shave towards Fatima, but in particular, this one here for San Juan North possibly could have been placed in the back of net by Chase Charles, and they started to turn the screws more to the end. But they do, and from a San Juan North perspective, they do have the quality, as you rightfully have said, to get back into this football game. But Colin Murray, the problem is, will Giddens have the kind of half that he had in the first half in the second half? I hope not, from a San Juan North perspective.
And let's hope when they get their chances, they put it away, which should make for a really good second half. So that's the situation here from us at the Diego Martin Sporting Complex. We're at the half. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, it's going to be more action here at the Diego Martin Sporting Complex. It's the Coca-Cola National Intercol semi-final, Fatima College versus San Juan North.
You're watching coverage of Second High Schools Football League, brought to you by Carib Malta, 0.0% alcohol. It's the way we play. And First Citizen Foundation, building strong communities through sport.
People look at stories through different lenses. I have my own take on some of these trending issues. Hi, I'm Mariah Ramharak and welcome to In Case You Missed It.
You're watching coverage of Second High Schools Football League, brought to you by Carib Malta, 0.0% alcohol. It's the way we play. And First Citizen Foundation, building strong communities through sport.
Well, we're just about getting ready for second half action here. The Fatima team are ready in their respective positions. Sawa North team just having their last minute prayers before they take their positions on the field. The referee is there already, Referee Derry. His two assistants have gone to check the nets at the respective ends, and no doubt they are going to get into their position. And once that happens, we're going to get action underway in the second half. In what should be a very interesting encounter. There's Lindell Sween. He's not had an impact yet on this game, but there's 45 minutes to go, and he's the kind of player, if you give him a chance, he can certainly make you pay. But Fatima has done a good job on him so far, especially King. King has been the one who's, once Fatima don't have the ball, is the one who gets close to him and try and shut him down. But let's go, the action underway in the second half. Long ball from Sween. Looking for Joseph. Out comes O'Brien and he kicks it out. So it's going to be a throw for Sawa North. Throw sent back towards Dan Clare. This is Ferguson. Headed away by King. But it's picked up by Chase Charles. Goes wide to Valentine. Clipped back infield by Lewis, and a free kick. Free kick awarded to Fatima as maybe a little bit of a blow to King. There's Yearwood, but Lewis, he's fouled. This is Lewis, and it's going to be a free kick. Lewis just limping away, but he's all right. As Ferguson bangs that upfield. Heads go up. Ordain couldn't get there. It went over his head. Picked up by Bailey. Bailey playing it to Correa. Correa goes wide to Yearwood. Yearwood. Sure if it was a cross or a shot he was having. The offside flag now goes up, however, to indicate that whatever happened there would not have counted, and it's going to be a free kick for Sawa North.
Well, he's been a good outlet for Fatima College, Yearwood. Not the first time we've seen him scampering up that left-hand side. Of course, not considered a regular starter for Fatima College, but his impact on this game so far, Colin, has certainly been felt. I would say both him and King, they're not regular starters. And they've been able to do that. Of course, an injury to Gooding and then a tactical change with Hadid is what I've seen both players come into the starting 11. And of course, you have to mention the fact that Michael Shaves as well, a regular starter, is not there.
We may see him at some point in time.
I would believe so.
Bailey has run his socks off up front. So I'm not sure how long he's going to be able to go for in the second half. So here is the throw. Dancler is going to take it. Looking to get it in field to Joseph. Dancler with the header. Coming away with it is not Bailey. The man coming away with it there was Correa. But it's going to come right back, and then the long clearance downfield. Bailey giving chase. Gets hold of possession, turns his man, and goes down, and it's going to be a free kick.
Yeah, good work. Good centre forward work by Bailey. Not only was able to maintain possession, he also drew a foul from it. Good strong work there, being pursued by Guy. And despite his diminutive stature, Bailey stood tall and firm and was able to draw a free kick for Fatima College.
Well, here is the free kick. Leach is there. Is he going to go to goal? Yes, he is, but I'm not sure which goal he's going to go to. Maybe the one in Mukarapa Road, because the one here is much too small, and it's going to be a goal kick for Samoa North. Goal kick sent upfield, headed back down by King. Eventually turning with it nicely. Coming wide is Yearwood, but couldn't keep it in, and it's going to be a throw for Samoa North. Free kick sent upfield. Sween flicks the head on, but King is there. Ball played wide, and it's, let's see, in the meantime, Sween is down. He seemed to have landed badly on his shoulder, because he's holding that left shoulder of his. So Sween is down in the meantime. May have landed on that left shoulder when he went over.
Yeah, it looked like King was staying there about. I'm not sure if it's from the impact of King. I don't think it's on the impact of the fall itself. But nevertheless, he looks extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah, see the physio doing some work on that shoulder, and he's obviously in some pain. And you would, from a Samoa North perspective, you would want him to continue. So he's going to go off, but just for some treatment. I'm sure he's going to come back onto the field. He's jogging, which is good news. So the drop ball is going to go towards Barrington. Gets it to King. Wide to Leach. Leach coming in field with it nicely. Getting it to Trestrail. Trestrail wide to Yearwood. Not a good ball. And it's put out, and it's going to be a throw for Samoa North. So Lewis with the throw. Sent upfield to Valentine. Sween loses out to Correa. Well won here by Lewis. Not a great ball though. The idea was good. He was trying to go wide to Valentine, and Leach got in the way and has cleared it. So it's going to be a throw for Samoa North. Ferguson is going to take it. Gets it upfield, looking for Chase Charles. Headed away. Long ball, looking for Bailey. He's in a foot race here with Guy. Oh, Guy loses out, but he does well in the end. Ball played to Ferguson. Ferguson gets it to Ordain. This is Chase Charles, but he gives it away. The ball sent back downfield, but only as far as Lewis. Ferguson chips it over the top. Barrington is going to lay it off to goalkeeper O'Brien. But not a good clearance from him.
Yeah, for a moment there, I thought that would have been a lot messier. O'Brien needed to pull away from the goal to give a better angle for Barrington. Instead, he stayed kind of straight onto him, so it was always going to be tricky. Eventually, O'Brien clears his line.
So here is the throw. No doubt Ferguson is going to go long with it into the box of the Fatima defense. Long one indeed, headed away. Correa doesn't clear it, but luckily gets the rebound. Plays it back towards Yearwood. This is Correa taking on 2-3 defenders and pumping a long ball, maybe hoping that Smith was making that run wide on the right, but he had to be much quicker than he is to get there. And the ball played through the middle. This is Bailey, surrounded by 3 defenders. He's got Yearwood wide. This is Yearwood. Has a crack straight to the keeper. Has no problems holding on to that. Here is Sawa North coming forward with Joseph. This is Sween. Plays a ball wide to Valentine and tries to get the cross in. Can't, and it's going to be a goal kick for Fatima. So just about 10 minutes gone in the second half. No change to the score at half time, which is Fatima 1, Sawa North 0. But give Sawa North credit. They've come back into the game, but they've not been able to put the ball in the back of the net. They just need to convert one of the chances, and boy, would we have a game in our hands. Ball played out. It's going to be a throw for Sawa North. So Ferguson with the throw. Ball clipped on. And Fatima not getting it away. But here comes O'Brien, who loses it. And eventually it goes out. And it's going to be a corner. Well, all sorts of problems. That high ball caused the Fatima defense. O'Brien was coming for it and just didn't get there. And let's have a look.
Yeah, it's not the first time that O'Brien has had his challenges with balls into the box. Once it goes up into the air, he should just really stay on his line. There are just too many bodies for him to get through, and he struggled to get a hand on, of course, and the ball is still struggling to be cleared.
Well, Ferguson with a shot, but that goes wide, and it's going to be a goal kick.
And Colin, from a goalkeeping point of view, not every ball a goalkeeper has to go for in the box, especially when there are bodies in front of you, and especially when the bodies are bigger than yours. Because physically, it is difficult for him to get through there.
Lewis chips it forward for Sween, who heads it on towards Chase Charles. Gets it to Joseph. That's going to be a free kick. I think Trestrill is going to be booked. Yep, Trestrill, the first yellow card of the afternoon.
Yeah, just a bit of an outstretch leg, yeah. I don't think it was malicious, Colin. Late, yes. Malicious, no.
Well, referee has given him the yellow card. Sween is over the ball together with Joseph. Again, this is very far out. You would think that Sween is probably going to go to goal from here because he fancies himself. He's full of confidence, the young man. He's pushed to Sween, has a crack. Oh my! Not a bad effort. It had power, it had the direction, and at the last moment, Brent, it just skimmed the bar.
Well, you talked about him having confidence. That's why. That trusted left foot of his. Look at this for technique, and look at this for power. Not sure O'Brien was getting there. Just didn't have the dip that was required to beat his man. But that was a chance. And someone note with their tails up, Colin.
Here's Sween again, takes on his man, looks to play a 1-2.
He's got to shoot, Colin.
He had the opportunity. All of a sudden, he's been involved in 1 or 2 plays, Brent, and someone not looking good going forward. It's a wide ball played towards Yearwood. Slipped when he took it down, but regained control. Starts to go forward. Yearwood. But it's one back here. And going forward with it is Lewis. But he gives it away. Atherton, not a great ball. But Hospitalis is there. Heads it on to Smith. Smith going down the line. Sends the ball across, too close to get in. Kicks a long ball upfield. Came off of Barrington. And it's going to be a throw for Sour North. The tails are really up now, Brent. You could see them rushing for the ball. Here is Chase Charles trying to flick it on towards Sween.
Well, certainly the fans are into it, Colin.
Oh, for sure. Long ball. Bailey's going to give chase. But it's picked up by Ferguson. Gets it to Lewis. Lewis does well. Goes forward with it now. Plays a good ball to Chase Charles. Oh, just as Chase Charles, he went through the defense. And then great cover by Atherton. He couldn't get by Atherton. And even though he went down, but you thought when he turned Barrington, he was in on goal. Here is Chase Charles again. Sends the ball across. Not a great one in particular. Hospitalis is going to get there. Clears it downfield. Sween plays it back to Daniel Lewis. Still Daniel Lewis in possession. He goes down. Referee says it's going to be a throw for Sour North.
Yeah, he was plumped straight in his face, trying to dive for that one. But as you have another look at it here, well, this is the Chase Charles opportunity, Colin. He gets past Barrington, but Atherton, the captain covering, does a good job to get his body in front of Chase Charles. I'm not sure if he's seen, and of course that opportunity there, well, it looked like it more hit his hand than his face. Nevertheless, it looked a bit on the painful side. But you're right, Sanborn North has come to life in this second half.
And I think they've been a little unlucky not to draw level so far. But as they say, Brent, goals win matches, and you've got to stick it in the back of the old onion bag. And if you don't do that, then you create problems for yourself. Is that ball headed by Leach, but only as far as Sween. But he can't control it. Could see him moving on to it, trying to bring it down, but couldn't control it, and it went through to the keeper, O'Brien. Trestrill has to go back to Barrington, who sends a long ball towards Ferguson. He heads it on. This is Valentine. This is a good turn. Sween loses out. The ball played back to Atherton. But here comes Sween. Gets it to Joseph. Back to Sween. Lewis. All of a sudden, Sween has been having a lot of the game. Has the shot, goes just wide. All of a sudden, he's been getting more and more of the ball. And that one, he just couldn't control the shot. Made the run, but just couldn't control the shot. We see a couple of substitutions being made.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, it's probably a combination of fatigue on King, as we have another look at this chance here by Sween. Eventually, Lewis gets it to him. And he tries to bully himself past King. didn't really capture the ball in the way he wanted to. And I think also when you look at Guy in particular, Lewis in particular, sorry, in the middle of the park, he's starting to win more and more of his 50-50 challenges and situations in the midfield, which is now giving Sween the opportunity to pick the ball up in areas that he wants to pick the ball up in.
Well, we've just played just over an hour, coming up to 65 minutes, and Michael Shaves is the man coming on the field replacing Yearwood. So obviously Coach Hudson Charles is looking for another goal and hopes that Shaves can provide that. Throw for Samoa North. Throw quickly taken. Ball played to Sween, but too far ahead of him. Meantime, players down. One of the Fatima team it looks like King, wasn't it?
Yeah, King on Lewis, and both players eyes on the ball, most important. I think this is a coming together of both players, which and the awkward fall by King. Tell you what, Colin, Lewis loves a physical challenge. It's not the first time we've seen him going into the wars. The number 19 for Samoa North, he has battled for everything in that middle of the park. And I think he, as I just mentioned, I think he's starting to win more and more of those physical battles. And that's why we've seen a swing in the pendulum in this game. Because in the first half, both King and Correa and less so Trestrail won that midfield battle for Fatima College. That has changed since the start of the second half. And a lot of it is down to that man there in your screen.
Well, we see the players have been treated and they're making their way off the field. So we should restart anytime now with the throw from Leach. Not a great clearance. Lewis gets it upfield, but Valentine couldn't control it. This is Shaves, first set of action for him. But he goes over, and the referee says it's a foul. So, free kick for Fatima. Leach is going to take it. As the noise gets a little louder from the stands, here is the free kick, goes over to the far post, headed on by Trestrail. Ball played upfield. Through to Samoa North. Some good movement from Samoa North, moving the ball around nicely. O'Dean gets it to Lewis. Valentine does well. Goes up that left side, but Arthurton is in pursuit. Turns with it. Gets it to Leach. Leach plays it downfield, but it's going to be a throw for Samoa North.
Well, they've increased the tempo, haven't they, Samoa North? Even when you look at them going for restarts, throw-ins, etc., they're running to it, sprinting, trying to play at a faster tempo, and it's certainly paid dividends so far. No real goal-scoring opportunity, but Colin, you would say that they've certainly started to become the better of the two teams.
Oh, for sure, there's no doubt about it. Here's Sween, what a good ball. Lovely ball to Joseph. Can he get it over? But no. He couldn't even keep it in. What a pity. It was a good ball. Joseph just didn't react quickly enough.
Well, there's a lot of complaints up in the stands. I know we are a little way away from them, but they thought that ball that Joseph crossed was still in play.
Trestrill gets it back to Hospitalis. Back to Trestrill. In the meantime, a player is down. Not sure who it is. It looks to be Bailey. Yeah, he's receiving some treatment. It is Bailey. He gets up, so he's safe to continue.
Well, it's a good look at it here. Does all of the ball cross the line? This is... Well, Colin, I'll let you be the judge of that one.
Hey, I'm not a judge. All of a sudden I'm getting promotion.
Well, of course, the assistant referee don't have the advantage of having different views of it. We have some of the best camera people, not just in the Caribbean, Colin, but in the world. So they pick those things up and give us a terrific view of everything.
You really can't blame the assistant referee, because they've got just one look at it and they've got to make that call. We can replay it, slow it down, do what we want to do with it, Brent. And so you really can't blame it. Here's the corner taken short. Sent towards the far post, not a great ball, and it goes out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick for Samoa North. There was Bailey looking for that far post. Here's Giddens with the kick, looking for Valentine. Valentine does well, and Leach with a strong challenge puts it out. Throw for Samoa North. We are in the final 20 minutes of this game.
Yeah, look at this, a strong challenge by a defender. Of course, Colin Murray would never admit that Brent Sancho tackle, because
well, you didn't
no yellow cards application.
You didn't take the man. They didn't. He played the ball clean, Brent. Yeah, it's. But here is the throw. It's going to be taken by Ferguson into the box, headed away, and cleared upfield, but it's going to be a throw. So you can stay in the game with the SportsMax app. Download it today from the App Store or Google Play and catch every electrifying moment of the SSFL, especially the Coca-Cola National Intercall games. And as we're here at Diego Martin Sporting Complex, you stay in the game with the SportsMax app, and you can download it from the App Store or Google Play. But here is Fatima looking to come away with it. Long ball sent downfield to no one in particular, and Guy plays it back through the line, and eventually it's cleared away again. Headed. Here comes Fatima. This is Trestrill. Good run. Loose ball is picked up by Bailey. Finally, Samoa North get it away, but it's going to come right back. This is Sween looking to turn Leach. Still Sween. Sween had total possession of the ball, and not a great call from the referee Derry. I thought he could have played advantage.
Well, there's been a lot of conversation, Colin, about Sween and Trestrill and Garcia, and as we have another look here at this infringement on Lewis, and eventually the referee brought back, and we're gonna have to ask our online viewers who they consider the top 10 players, both boys and girls. That's such a wicked strike by Shave in this season, the SSFL. I know you have some selections, Colin, as it relates to the top 10 players.
I have some as part of the crowd here at the Diego Martin Sporting Complex. But yeah, I have a few names. Brent, of course, I mentioned Kyle James of Signal Hill, scoring goals for fun. And then, of course, you have Vaughan Clement from presentation.
I have also added Nikita Gosine from
The
Pleasantville.
girls,
Yeah.
And there's a young lady for St. Joseph Convent. I think she's the skipper. Her name eludes me now. I don't know why I'm thinking it's Winnet or something like that. Here's the shot from Shaves, just over the bar. Yeah, she, very confident young woman, had a lovely shot in the game. I think she scored the goal against Diego Martin, the opening goal, and then took a penalty with calmness.
Of course, viewers on the YouTube channel will certainly want to chime in as to who they may be part of that top 10, of course, starting 11. Be interesting to hear what they have to say.
Here's Shaves. Looking to come in field with it. Shaves has to go all the way back to Leach. Chips it forward. Offside flag goes up. Has Fatima adopted a slightly different approach in the second half, Brent? Do they seem to be just not going forward as much as they did in the first half?
No, I think a lot of it is down to the way San Juan North have applied themselves. They just have shown a lot more impetus in what they've been doing, and because of that, they've brought in a physical element to the game as well. San Juan North, they've closed down faster, they've made things a bit more trickier for Fatima. They've not allowed them the freedom in which and the fluidity in which they move the ball around, Fatima College that is, in the first half anymore. Well, and again, I point back to Lewis in the middle of the park and his industry to close players down. It's made it a lot more difficult.
Meantime, substitution was made for San Juan North. Valentine is off and Blandon is on.
Well, there's a lot of names being thrown. The name that you're thinking of is Caitlin Davant.
That's the name. Kate.
She was outstanding in her fixture, of course. Andel Fraser, Adam Pear, some of the names being thrown out there. Johanse Atherton, Trish Trail, of course, likes Fraser as part of that conversation. Seen a lot of Adam Pears. He's won 2 man of the matches for St. Benedict's College, Colin.
Yep.
Standout central midfielder for them, and a lot of the reason why they've been successful this season.
Well, we are in the final 15 minutes of this game. The question begs, can San Juan North get the equalizer and take it to penalty kicks, or even go ahead and try and get the winner? Here's Sween. Looking for some support. 2 and 3 shirts around him. Goes wide up, the man who came on as a substitute, Blandon. Goes back to Lewis. Lewis plays it one time into the box. The shot comes and Sween hits it over the bar.
That's a chance, Colin. Really was, because it was an errant touch by Joseph, and he just felt that that's the type of room Sween would have wanted, and somehow he skewed it wide. And when the ball's played in first time by Lewis, great job by Chase to settle it into Joseph. Errant touch, but right there, really should be hitting the target. I don't think it needed such a big wind-up. Maybe probably better serve trying to pass that ball into the corner of the net. But didn't happen that way. Of course, the names are flowing in. Colin, Ford, Barrington, Leach, Nelson, Ford, as I mentioned, Harewood as well, from the captain for St. Anthony's College. Of course, Sween and Garcia seemingly are the list toppers, and Kosi Moore and Rodriguez. Of course, James, as you mentioned.
And Kyle Holder, Miracle Ministries, Brent.
Yeah, Holder.
Must be, even though his team hasn't done well, he's performed admirably. And of course, when you look at Kiasi and the skipper, Karu, is one name that comes to mind.
Well, I can send a challenge out to our production team. They can do an online voting,
yeah,
and see which names come up the most.
I like that, Brent.
They can count it on the WhatsApp and the YouTube and the 10 names or 11 names that comes up or appears the most will be the
free kick. Blandon. Let's see what is he going to do. Well, the ball picked up here by Correa, so he goes forward with it. Sends a good ball wide. Oh, that's a great challenge from Guy. Absolutely brilliant. He got it spot on. So you can send your top 10 players to ssflgoalcam@gmail.com or WhatsApp 1-876-564-7661. So send your top players, your top 10 players who you think that deserves to be in the top 10 for this season. And remember, it's not only boys, we're talking girls as well.
Well, Leo Chin would be happy. There's been a plug for Prince.
Yes, Camille Prince. Or Kaleem, I think, Kaleem Prince. Here's Blandon. Picked up by Chase Charles. He gets it to Sween. Tried to get it back to Blandon. He wasn't able to control it. And Leach gets it down the line. This is Shaves. He's on a one-on-one. Trying to turn, twist, Dan Clear. Or Guy, sorry. And he has to go back. The ball played infield. The shot comes straight to the keeper. There was Shaves with a shot. Leach with the header. Misdirected, but it still found one of his players.
Yeah, a good bit of work there. Maybe Shaves with the tight angle cup played a reverse ball to Tristriel, number 23, who was free. Correa, well-weighted pass into the pathway of Shaves. He tried to swivel and shoot from a very, very difficult angle. It's really been a gripping encounter, especially in this second half. As Sanborn North has, as they say, Colin, turned up the heat.
It did.
On Fatima College.
10 minutes left in this encounter. Fatima leading still by 1-0. Goal coming in the 17th minute through King. Shaves gets the crossover. Tristriel heads it on to Correa. Penalty.
Yeah, clumsy as it comes. And he knows it.
Dan Clare, the guilty party.
Yeah, look at this. After the ball, look at it.
Oh, my word.
Very clumsy. There's no need for it as well. The ball's already gone. And somehow he inexplicably puts his right boot on the back of Correa and really leaves the referee Derry no choice at all.
Yeah, absolutely no choice.
Yeah, the minute I saw it, Colin, I knew.
Understand, Sween has picked up a yellow card, obviously for something he said. And who's gone? Barrington has gone forward to take the penalty.
This could be for all the marbles, Colin.
It could be. With just 8 minutes left, this could be it. But here's Barrington. Oh, the keeper saved it. My word. He's not had a great game, but give him tremendous credit. Barrington went low to his left. He dived. He pushed it out. Brilliant save from Giddens. He's kept Samoa alive.
Well, I tell you what, Colin, I didn't see that coming, my friend. Giddens, who's had his struggles throughout this fixture. Look at this. Big man gets across to the left-hand side. Strong hands. And that, Colin, is a top save.
Oh, it is. Give him credit.
You just wonder if that could be the sting from the tail as it relates to Fatima College and moving away with this result. That was a top save.
Absolutely. He's had his blunders, but he's also had some great moments. Well, Fatima's made a substitution. Smith is off, and Gobin is on. Ball played wide towards Blandon. Leach intercepts, but he gives it away. And Lois clears it upfield, but it's going to go out for a throw for Fatima. We are just 6.5 minutes away from added on time. Ball flicked out, and it's going to be a throw for Samoa North. Ferguson has come to take it. No doubt he's going to go as long up that line as possible. Headed on to Trestrill. Trestrill does well. Flicks it on to Shaves, who couldn't really control it. And he went down clear. Not a great clearance. Trestrill heads it on to Gobin. He plays it infield. The shot comes. Another good save. Well. What did he have at halftime? Giddens. I would like to get some of that, Brent. Can you find out for me a Coca-Cola?
He had a Coca-Cola at halftime.
I would. He must have had about 4. He's been absolutely superb in the second half.
Well, he would have seen this late, and it's on the weaker right foot for Trestrill, but still, Giddens was across there. It's like lightning. Really impressed by his second half performance, Giddens. And he's kept his school in this semi-finals.
Certainly has, because we're just about 5 minutes away from added on time. And still, the longer it stays 1-0, the more belief Samoa North would have. Fatima with a throw. Hospitalis is going to take his time. Let's have a look at our SportsMax moment. And it has been that moment where he dived to his left and saved the penalty from Barrington. A good penalty, you have to say. And it went to his left. He guessed the right way and he came up trumps. Ball played out. What will you do with Sween now, Brent? Push him on top the last defender?
I think you want him operating in areas where he can find the ball to drive at your defense.
I no longer want creation. What I want from him now
is scoring.
Yeah, and get as closest to the goal as possible. Here he is. Sween has the shot, goes just wide.
Yeah, not sure I would put him out and at the top, because there is a lot of traffic, a lot of bodies there, and players in and around. Maybe if he starts pulling out in wider areas, impact the play, and look for those half spaces that he's so good at finding, but further up the park, those half spaces.
And I would say to him, if I was a coach, I'd say, listen, I want you getting in between the two Fatima central defenders. Let them look at you. Give a little room to Chase Charles. But it's going to still operate from just the midfield area and trying to create something. There's goalkeeper O'Brien. He's also had a very good game. So we just have yellow card for O'Brien, the keeper. I wonder if it was for time wasting, because he took an eternity to take the goal kick. See Hospitalis with the throw. Ball played back in field, no one in particular. Goes out, it's going to be a throw for Samoa North. Just about 2.5 minutes left, plus added on time. Time is running out here for Samoa North. Their intercall dreams can end here at the Diego Martin Regional Complex. But here they go, trying to create something. The ball played wide to Blandon. Puts it back to Lewis. Lewis sends a high cross into the box, headed away by Atherton. Not sure I believe in those crosses, Brent. He's just getting up and under it, and to no one in particular. But here's Bailey. Loose ball is picked up by Gobin. Gets it to Shaves. Oh, it's in the back of the net. It looks to be Trastrell. No flag. And Trastrell has made it 2-0 in minute number 89.
Well, it's just what the doctor ordered.
Shaves with a shot.
And Trastrell there.
Yep, and Trastrell coming in.
There were two green shirts in attendance, and none of them reacted quick. Again, you may have put question marks to the goalkeeper Giddens, calling for spilling that ball in that area. And you'd have to think that that is game, set, match for San Juan North. Really disappointing first half performance have dug the hole for them, and they never really was able to get out of that despite the much better display in the second half. They're gonna have to find a way.
There's Blandon. Just about 30 seconds before we get on to added on time. Not a great header.
That was a chance.
Yeah, it was.
I'm surprised he didn't get enough contact to at least put that on goal, Colin. It's just... That's a good ball. Can he get onto it? The keeper comes, and he does well.
Excellent keeping, as per usual, from O'Brien. He's been good. Here's O'Brien, long kick. So we are into added on time. We have 5 minutes for Fatima to just hold up to this 2-goal lead and go into the National Intercall Final, the Coca-Cola National Intercall Final, where they will come up against either St. Benedict's or Signal Hill. Fatima making a substitution. Bailey is coming off. And the man coming on is Kontan Shinghon. Ball sent upfield. Throw for Fatima. Ball played to Joseph. He tries to get it to Sween. Sween turns his man nicely. Ball picked up here in the midfield and played forward. Ball played forward. Here is Sween. Goes all the way through to goalkeeper O'Brien. He's hardly put a foot wrong.
Conversations, man of the match, Colin?
Well, this is a difficult one. Of course, King got the first goal and marked Sween out of the game, you know, especially in the first half. Sween had a rough time going forward. And then you've got to look also at the defense, from Fatima's defense, from O'Brien all the way to Hospitalis, Atherton, Barrington. So, but the thing is, when the defense was breached, Brent, and when I say breached, anytime they had anxious moments, O'Brien came to the party.
Yeah, it's difficult for me to look past the important role that King played in this game.
Yeah, yep.
And I think when he scored, it turned things into Fatima's favour, and certainly the job he's done in Sween and in general in front of the back four, and shielding that back four was excellent. That's a good strike.
I think it hit the post. Well, that one hit the post. Here comes Sawo.
I think we'll go with King, Colin.
Yeah, I have no real objection to that. He did get Fatima on the way, and then he did a good job on Sween. And you have to give him credit for that. Ball headed out. It's going to be a throw for Sour North. We are in just about 4 minutes of added on time. So just a minute left as boots come together there. Man down and rolling around. It looks to be Daniel Lewis. He's had a tough game here. And let's have a look at this. I think he went for the ball and made contact with Leach. So Lewis, a foul committed on Leach. Let's hope he's all right, because both players getting treatment at the moment. I think Leach seemed to have come out the worst of it, but he's okay. Drinking a little water. And Lewis himself getting some treatment. He's sitting up, which is also good news. So we've played the 5 minutes of added on time. Referee will, with this injury, may play another minute and a half and then call it a day. But it's been a very, very good encounter. And Samoa North only have themselves to blame. They had the opportunities, but they just were not able to convert. And then when they did get it on target, goalkeeper O'Brien was good enough. Here is the kick sent downfield. This is terrestrial. Playing it in field. Well, that's it. The semi-final of the Coca-Cola Boys North Intercol goes to Fatima College, defeating Samoa North by 2-0 in a good encounter. It could have gone both either way. And Samoa North had the opportunities, but they were not able to breach the defense of Fatima and, of course, the goalkeeping of O'Brien. He was absolutely magnificent in the goal. And at the end of it, Fatima just were just too good in. They were able to hold on with the 2 goals. The first half, King getting the first goal, and in the second half, Terrestrial, both coming, you have to think, from a little bit blunders by the keeper, and he was really excellent in the second half. But when you make blunders as a goalkeeper, unfortunately you pay the penalty. So there is confirmation of the scoreline at full time. Fatima College 2, Samoa North 0. Let's have a look at the highlights. Referee Derry was in charge of this one, and we see a short corner. Ball comes across, the keeper comes, oh my word, slipped out of his stand. We thought it was Yearwood, but no, when we looked at that celebration, it was King, the man who made the celebration and who scored that first goal to make it 1-0 for Fatima. Fatima kept pounding. Samoa North as well kept trying to open the door. Here is O'Brien, couldn't reach it, but the ball went out of play. Long shot, just over the bar. Sween having a go. one of the few good opportunities he had power, had everything. But look at it. This one was not so powerful, was not so much on target, and it went wide from the time it left his boot. And the ball played through nicely here to Shaves. Had his own opportunity. Straight to the goalkeeper. Shaves, who came on as a second half substitute for Fatima. And penalty here. Dan Clare coming into Correa, and referee Derry had no hesitation. Barrington stepped up, and there was Giddens. Good save, diving to the left to keep it out. Excellent save on his part. And just when you thought, well, at 1-0 Fatima could be under some pressure, could Samoa North get back in the game? Shaves had other ideas, had the shot. The rebound went straight to the boot of Trestrail, and all he had to do was a simple task of putting it into the back of the net to secure the victory for Fatima by making it 2-0. And that came just with about a minute to go. And you felt at that stage, things felt very, very safe for Fatima. Let's have a look at the stats. 13 shots from Samoa as opposed to 20 from Fatima. 12 shots on target, just 3 from Samoa on target. 6 fouls apiece, 2 yellow cards apiece, 4 corners to 8. There were 3 offsides to 1. 11 runs into the box from Fatima, 9 from Samoa. So it was pretty close. But when you look at that to the top, you take your chances, and when you take your chances and you put them away, you win football games. And that's what Fatima College has done today, winning by 2-0. Let's go down to Luchin. He's got the man of the match with him.
Yes, thank you, Colin. Of course, today's man of the match, Jediah King. Excellent performance from you today. How does it feel to be in the finals of the National Intercol?
Well, it's part of our plan and the project where we was working on from since pre-season, and there's something we wanted, and we went for it.
Yeah, and of course you were in on the goals today. You started off scoring. How important was it to get that early lead?
Well, that's something we just try to be the first team to score and try to get early goal to break the other team's momentum and spirit from early in the game. So.
That was our strikers finish. You pounced on a loose ball there. Good work from you. Expected to score today?
Not really, because the position is played, but no, God let the opportunity fall to my foot, and I was happy that I take it.
Absolutely. Well done. Excellent game, and all the best in the finals. Brent Sanchez with the coaches.
Well, I've got the manager, Stephen Clark. Of course, a slow start. Most of the damage probably done in the first half. A lot better second half. Maybe too little too late for Samoa North?
Well, I guess so, Brent. We really started very slow, as you suggested. But as the first half went on, we got back into the game just before the first half concluded. And into the second half, we pressured them. We really thought that the guys were very competitive. They did their best, and that's just football. At the end of the day, the team that scored their chances won the game.
Yes, certainly so. Of course, Coach Mo not here for his reasons. Maybe halftime was he on loudspeaker in the locker room? Because certainly the second half performance suggests that there's a bit of jet fuel that was applied into the players.
No, he wasn't really on loudspeaker. We communicated with him, yes, but at the end of the day, the guys themselves, they realized that they needed to do better. And the discussion in the dressing room, the guys, they themselves, put pressure on themselves to work harder and to close down the spaces, and I think that is what we saw in the second half.
Well, of course, Mr. Clark, all the best for the rest of the season's over for you, but congratulations on the season that you've had, particularly in winning the East Zone as well. A lot to build on possibly for next season, and all the best in the off-season.
Well, thank you very much, Brent. However, we have quite a few players leaving this year, so we'll build again for next year, and all the best to Fatima College and the rest of the teams that are going into the next round.
As per normal, I know you will, Bill.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Coach Hudson Charles,
yeah.
I know you were coy when I asked about your plan for Lindell-Sween, but did your plan work?
We won. And he didn't
and
really...
King was man of the match.
Yes, I think Quentin Sween was one of our biggest goal today, right? And because I know he's an individual. If you give him time and space to play, he will play. And I think my guys did a marvelous job on trying to quiet him down today.
Well, I know most times when we talk at this juncture of the game, it's always gushing about your front three and your front four.